On this, the first day of Black History Month, we are honoring that history with a special educational tool. They are Black History flashcards created by urban intellectuals to help create conversation during this special month and all year long. With us now to explain more is Freddie Taylor, the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals. Good morning, Freddie. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing today?
Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month. Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for being with us. First, tell us about Urban Intellectuals. What is this?
Our Urban Intellectuals makes it fun and easy to learn Black history. That is our mission. That is our core responsibility. And we created a suite of Black history products and services designed to rewrite
This is how I'd learn AI.
African people in the world.
Obviously very important. How'd you come up with the idea for Urban Intellectuals?
Oh, I love to say that it started almost 100 years ago because my father's 95 years old and he's still alive, born in 1929, but he instilled in me the importance of understanding our history and our culture and the pride and respect that it instills inside of us. And while my children were matriculating through the school district, I couldn't believe that the limited discussion about the contributions to humanity that Black people have made were minuscule at best. And I kept thinking somebody should do something, somebody should do something. In 2016, I became somebody.
You were the somebody that did something, right? And typically, probably the conversations were in February.
Yes, typically centered around February, centered around the same 8 to 12 people every single year, which no disrespect to them and their contributions, which is amazing, but there's so much more glorious
A lot
history.
more. Okay, so you've got a very cool product.
Thank you.
That kind of makes it fun, right? Makes it fun. Tell me about your flashcards.
Our Black History flashcards feature 52 cards in each deck. There's actually 6 in the series, so we have
6 volumes.
6 volumes in the series.
Cards,
so we're really expanding the conversation centered around Black and African contributions to humanity. I like to have that conversation because this is really the story of the world, right? Black history is world history, and too often it's the missing pages of world history. So
and I see on here 1968 Olympics.
Yes.
Bessie Coleman, Black Wall Street. So just all different things to kind of bring it to light.
Bring it to light, and expand the conversation in a easy to understand format. Because on the back of the cards are just simple bullet pointed information about the people. And the first time that you're exposed to it, it just opens your mind and makes you more curious and thirsty for more.
Who are these for?
These are for just about everyone. We have people who are using them with their young children, as young as 18 months, all the way to 95. I'll cap it there with my father's age because most of us aren't exposed to this information, so it's new to all of us.
And you also have playing cards. That's fun.
Yes, so we infuse Black history and culture into everything that we do. So instead of playing with a regular deck of playing cards, we have powerful Black imagery weaved into the playing card deck.
Exposure. What is this? This looks like fun.
Yes.
I don't know how you do a mystery puzzle, though.
You don't know what the finished product looks like, so that's the challenge, but I can tell you there's Black history wrapped up inside.
Sure, okay. Is it all the same, or is every box different?
The future editions will be different.
Be
this
different,
particular one is the
same
same right now, but as we expand the line, we're definitely going to do more.
Right. And what else? You guys aren't just in the playing card and flashcard business.
Oh, no. We actually have 19 physical products centered around Black history and culture, but we take it a step further, and we have classes that we teach live Black history to children inside of the Sankofa Club. You can see that at sankofaclub.com, and to adults as well inside of our Sankofa Circle. But we don't stop there. We actually take people on Black history travel experiences to Africa and beyond.
That's so great. What do people, how do people, when they come back from something like that, how do they?
Oh, you're
speechless,
totally, speechless, totally transformed. Because it's one thing to learn about the history and the culture. It's another thing to go see it and experience it for yourself. Be exposed to the food, the culture, the people. It's just a beautiful conversation. You come back changed.
Yeah, I bet. And you've been on several of these, I presume.
I have. I really enjoy it. I love watching the people have these experiences and go through these breakthroughs and breaking down the misconceptions about the contributions of Black and African people to the world.
Where can we go for more information about Urban Intellectuals?
You can go to urbanintellectuals.com, and on all platforms, we are Urban Intellectuals.
Okay, perfect. And you got some of these for the month?
All right, welcome everybody. Appreciate y'all joining us today. We're still going through a bit of change around here as we try to get used to weaving in our discussions through YouTube and making sure that our VIP customers and our members have access to the access to the Zoom. I'm still working that out, right? So we're getting there as things come along. So I appreciate y'all being here, whether you're on YouTube watching or if you're in the studio audience, if you will, here inside of Zoom. I want to welcome you to this space that we call Sunday Dinner, right? So what is Sunday Dinner? You may be asking yourself. I want to assure you that it's not your average Zoom call. This is a family reunion for the culture every single week. That's what we do here. It's a table that stretches across the diaspora. This is for our entire community. Because you ever walk into grandma's house and have that instant feeling of love in the air, that warmth, that soulful energy that wraps around you before your dinner plate even hits the table. That's the vibe here at Sunday Dinner. That's what we're going for. And I'm your host, Freddie Taylor, the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals. I have the honor of hosting every Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We log on like we're knocking on the screen door, ready to gather, ready to speak and feed our souls. But this isn't a lecture. It's not a panel. It's a cultural meeting hosted by the folks who care about where we've been and where we are going. I want you to expect laughter, to expect healing, expect bold conversations, and yes, some real talk that might actually shake the table in the best way possible, that is. But we hold space for one another. We're deliberate. We lift each other up, and we always leave fuller than when we came. So pull up a chair and join us right at Grandma's table here at Sunday Dinner, but from the porch to the living room, from Big Mama's kitchen to the backyard cookout, you've always known that the real conversations don't happen in boardrooms. They don't happen at work. They don't happen inside the walls of the school. They happen where we gather. They happen where we feel safe, where we feel loved. Sunday Dinner is our digital revival of these sacred spaces. We talk about Black wealth, Black health, mental wellness, culture, politics, travel, business, legacy, and more, with the kind of honesty and joy that you only get when you're around your people. This is where the stories get passed down. This is where the ideas turn into action and the community turns into family. Best of all, for me, I get to be your host. And I try to do that with humor, heart, and a fearless fire that I am becoming known for, right? So pull up your chair, pull up your microphone if you're here inside of Zoom, pull up your comments. Let's have a good time. Let's have a good discussion, and welcome to Sunday Dinner. I want to ask you, I see y'all already dropping it in the comments over on YouTube. I appreciate you for joining me. If this is your first time, give me a 1 in the comments, and then also let me know where you are watching from. I would love to hear, how did you get here, right? How did you wander into our space? Were you at the AI Summit, right? Give me AI in the comments if you were at our AI Summit. Yeah, let me know who was there. Was that your first time experiencing that and what we do? And Jen, when I see you say first time here, so first time to Sunday Dinner, I'm assuming. Welcome to the space. We definitely appreciate you being here. Let's see. So today, I got some good news. I got some bad news. Some good news is, hey, we're here. We're going to have some engagement. And there is an issue going on with our system. So I'm not sure if all of the emails are going out. The bad news is we're going to actually be 2 hours, right? So some of my veterans out there in the Sunday Dinner world know why I giggle about that, because sometimes we extend the conversation to 4, even 5 hours, right? If grandma is feeling good and is letting us engage in these discussions. Sometimes I forget to press record on these things, right? Tried to join via Zoom. Nothing is in my inbox. Yeah, Jen. It's new, right? This is new. So we going through some tech issues, y'all. So this is kind of how business rolls when you try to do some different things. But we're gonna have a good conversation anyway. And Jen, I'm watching the comments. I can see them over here. So I appreciate you being here and engaging us. That explains why you didn't receive the email. Yes, exactly. So it's gonna be a little bit awkward because we're going back and forth. But give me AI in the comments if you were able to attend our AI Summit, right? Let me know who was actually there. Got it, working with you. Yeah, appreciate it, Jen. Work with us. You know, things go wrong as they sometimes will, right? But it's all good. But we're going to have a good discussion, and hopefully I can share some powerful things to help you navigate this new normal that we are faced with here, right? I'm looking for my notes. There we go. Okay. Yes, we face this new normal that we are in. Good afternoon. Oh, hey, lady Livia, appreciate you. Was definitely there at the AI Summit. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We definitely had a great discussion, right? Let me know in the comments, what did you think about it? If you had a chance to get there. If you didn't, you could just drop no in the comments, meaning that you weren't there. But that doesn't mean that we can't have this conversation. I think this is a really important one, and it's one that I'm just noticing too often in our community. It doesn't feel like we are leaning in and embracing this moment and this space. It's here, y'all. I know a lot of times we have trepidation about new technology, but it's here. It ain't coming no more, right? This AI, this robotic life, and whatever is going to fall out from it, there's no longer speculation. It's here. This is among us, and I don't think running and putting our head in the sand is going to do us any good. Should we moralize over it? We can have space for that conversation as well. But I feel, and I talked about this during the summit, give me 1995 in the comments if you remember this, right? Even if you remember this moment, if you are seasoned enough, right? We talk a little bit about grandma's seasoning, your favorite foods that you eat when you go to grandma's table or you go to grandma's house for family Sunday dinner. I'm talking about the seasoning in my beer, right? Like all of that. If you well aged enough in 1995 to remember when the internet came out, right? It wasn't really the year the internet came out, but I think it's the year that more and more people started to become aware of the internet. And I remember it specifically because I was in college, right? And it was the second semester of my freshman year when I remember being in the student center, having conversations with people saying stuff like, hey man, have you heard of the internet? Right? And we're like at the crossroads, hanging out, flirting, talking, networking with the young people, right? Just having fun as college students waiting on our next classes, right? Let me throw that in there for our young people watching. They go to class, right? But I remember the discussion being, man, have y'all heard of the internet? Like, man, the internet, yeah, man, I don't know, like people like back and forth all over it. And I bring this up because I was there in college as a young person at the forefront of the internet, and I didn't get involved. And like looking back on my life and knowing how much I actually use the internet, we're literally an internet-based business. We do not have physical locations in this business that we call Urban Intellectuals. But I graduated 98 with my undergrad, and I went through and got an MBA in 2000, and I still wasn't embracing the internet. And you just think about, Google started in 1999. I think Bezos started Amazon in 97, 98, somewhere in there. I remember the whole thing, like, because he started selling books. And people were like, yeah, you can buy books online, but who's going to buy a shoe? Now you buy everything online, right? So I think about the boom that happened 30 years ago. It's crazy that was 30 years ago, 1995. Y'all, it's 2025 and the internet is back. Yeah, not the internet, but something big, like world changing is back. And then we're calling it artificial intelligence. This AI movement is humongous, isn't even big enough of a word. Gargantuan, right? We got to dig into my source a bit more, because this is huge, y'all. And that's how I feel. This is what I tell my children. I'm like, man, it's 1995 again. This is what's happening. This is what's on the table. And no, money ain't everything. No, don't moralize with me. Y'all went to church this morning. You go moralize over there. I want to have some good, real conversations. Money's not there, what they say. Money's not everything, but it's right up there with oxygen. right? If we're going to live in this society, if we're going to live in this capitalistic environment, and again, you can argue whether we should or we shouldn't, it's here. You're going to need this currency. You're going to need to understand it. You're going to need to learn how to generate it. You're going to need to learn how to use it. Here's an opportunity to do that. Not only do that, but to save your job, to save your career, but not only to do that, to advance in your career faster, to elevate that side hustle that you dreamed of earning some additional income, to just flat out making your life simpler each and every day. I was glad to graduate right before the boom. Yeah, I feel you on that, Jim. Really, right before the boom of cell phones and everybody recording everything and being online, we got to actually live life and enjoy it. But it's 1995 again, and this opportunity is out here. And we had some amazing conversations around AI and its potential and the things that you can do with it. But after you wrapping it up, again, I don't want you to feel bad if you missed it. Actually, yes, I do. Don't be missing our stuff, right? But today isn't about the replay. I'm not going to put the replay on. We're not going to rewatch it, right? This is about how do we actively apply and build on what we learned. So even if you didn't have an opportunity to see it, I want to talk with you about AI and its application a little bit more at a higher engagement like level, right? And y'all on YouTube, it's going to be a little bit awkward because I know it's a little delayed, but just work with me, all right? Let's work with me, right? Grandma, like, I know, baby, I know we ran out of chairs, right? Just pull up that little end table. It's sturdy, it's wood. They don't make them like that no more. It ain't going nowhere. Just have a seat, pull up. Sometimes you got to sit on the sofa. You got to sit on the outside, on the outskirts, on the sofa, right? With your plate in your hand or that little TV tray. Y'all remember going. If you seasoned, I know you remember going to grandma's house. But again, this AI discussion is no longer a conversation, y'all. It's a requirement. And we're not asking for a seat at the table anymore, right? We're building our own rooms. We're using our own tools. And we're growing our own future. This is the conversation I want to have today. Like, I don't want to be reactionary all the time. And the fact of the matter is there's so many wonderful ways that you can use this. I told a story during the summit of my best friend having this lump on his left arm, right? So he's got this big old lump on his arm. And I'm like, bro, you need to go to the doctor. Side note, sidebar, Black men go to the doctor. All right, we're gonna have that. We're gonna have us a couple of doctors on. We're gonna start having that conversation too. Sisters be going to the doctor. That's why they outliving us, y'all. And I'm guilty of this. So I'm gonna make sure that I start documenting my journey, my journeys to the doctor, right? So we can go ahead and encourage more and more of us to do just that. I almost forgot where I was going. Right. So my best friend got this lump on his hand. I'm at home. I'm from Inkster, Michigan, y'all, outside of Detroit, Detroit, if you're fancy. And we're at lunch, and he's just sitting there talking, and he's rubbing on his lump, and I'm like, man, that don't look right. It's like smaller than my hand. It looked like this. Can y'all see that? Imagine that size of a lump on your friend's wrist, like right here, something like that. I don't know, right? I'm gonna say right there, under his skin. So it's just it's just noticeable, right? And I'm like, dude, you got to go to the doctor. Like, I don't know what that is. It don't look right. Your body's trying to tell you something. So after lunch, he's like, yeah, the wife is like, yeah, telling me I need to go to the doctor, telling me I need to go to the doctor. I'm like, well, why ain't you went to the doctor, right? So he didn't go. Next day, calls me, let's go to lunch. All right, bet. Oh, the wife's coming. Great. She's driving. He's in the left side. He did something, raised his arm. And I'm like, listen, I see the bump again. And I'm like, bro, how you ain't go to the doctor? And she was like, thank you. Thank you for saying something, right? So I pull out my phone and I took a picture. I said, let me see that. I take a picture of his wrist, of the bump. Y'all, don't y'all know, I pull up ChatGPT, this AI automation, artificial intelligence. upload the picture of the bump and give it a little bit of context and said, hey, my friend got this bump on his arm. My friend got a bump on his arm. Last week he had like an IV drip in his arm, and it kind of looked like it's attached to that. I don't know. What do you think? It comes on. I should have pulled it up so we can read it. Anyway, next time, y'all. I didn't plan on telling this story again, but next time I just have it, or while we talking, I'll see if I can scroll through and find it. But it said, listen, first of all, I'm not a doctor. Just want you to understand that. But here are some possibilities. It's like she put out about 4 or 5 things. All right, we call our AI Chatty, right? So Chat GPT, I call it Chatty. So Chatty pulls out, I got that from Alicia, by the way. Pulls out about 4 or 5 things that it could be, right? And then after those 4 or 5 things, at the bottom it said, if you have any of these symptoms, you need to go now. So we're reading off the things, and he's like, oh, snap, I got all 5 of those. Like, what? Like, you need to go now. So he goes to urgent care. Urgent care is like, hey, you need to leave here and go to the hospital right now and get a ultrasound on it so that they can be sure on what it is. And they go do the ultrasound. He's got a blood clot. And that was one of the things in the list. It was the 5th one on the list. And it was telling you, if it's a blood clot, don't massage it. Of course, remember when I started the story, he was massaging it. And you talk about you get blood clots like in your legs or whatever, then it can travel up into your heart and you got real issues, real problems. It can travel into your brain, right? You can have real issues. It was on his on his left wrist. A hot left turn and it's boom, right? Y'all go to the doctor, number 1. Number 2, that's crazy. The technology told us that. Like, gone are the days. This is insane. I don't think we understand or appreciate how rapidly the life is changing before our lives, right? It was bad enough when we could say 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, man, people, you don't really got an excuse to be ignorant. You got the whole internet in your pocket, right? But with the whole internet in your pocket, based on having these phones, you still had to search, right? You had to go to Google, you had to go to Bing, you had to go to Yahoo, you had to go to these places, you had to go to chat discussion threads like Reddit or whatnot. You had to search, you had to read, you had to figure out who's credible, what's this, and that, and I don't like that, and spam and spyware. Well, now you just go to Chat GPT and get close. I will make sure we pull it up and we can do some examples, just like Alicia was doing in the conversation. But it's wild. Like, if you're trying to, somebody give me a topic in the comments. What's happening, brother David? Somebody drop me a topic in the comments real quick. Like, okay, let's just do gardening, right? I want to go into gardening. I want to start growing my own food, self-sustainability. We talk about this in our communities, right? I don't know where to start. I don't even know what questions to start asking about that. You can literally go into ChatGPT and say, what questions should I even ask you so I can learn more about food sustainability and gardening in my backyard? I got a good one for you on that one, Jen. Gardening in my backyard and using my space. Go ahead, brother David. Come on in. You in the Zoom. Unmute, brother. We had some y'all just noticing like the size and everything is small. We fragmented. We on YouTube. We got 21 on YouTube live. Appreciate y'all being here. We got 8 of us here in the studio. We going with studios. We're getting fancy around here. Grandma house. Oh no, we in the house. I like that. All right, we in the house. We got to keep the theme. We got to get this thematic. Are you able to unmute, brother?
If you can you hear me? I
Yes,
don't
sir.
know if it's a good connection or not. I'll be on the move while I'm listening, but um yeah, man, I feel you on that Chat GPT, man, because like you could literally ask it anything. I was doing some It helps make your research that much faster because it just scans everything real quickly for you and give it back to you. But I how about you triangulate um all because you say you align with Buddhism, right?
Yeah.
Triangulate Buddhism, um, Christianity, and Islam for all of its correlations.
Mm.
That's the type of conversations I have with ChatGPT because it just scans everything and it just gives it right to you, like boom. It, it seemed like you probably wanted to go a little bit more like something that you could apply, like when you said gardening or farming and all that good stuff. But that's where I typically go with it.
No, no, I love that. I'm just getting this set up. We about to do this live, y'all. So I just want y'all to see, right? And David, I'm gonna get close. I'm gonna probably mess it up, but here we go. All right, so I got
Yes,
the
sir.
whole,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
should be able to see my screen. This should be in the way. I never know how to move this thing. All right. So I got that out of the way. All right, so you can see, you should be able to see my screen. Did I lose y'all? There we go.
We can see it.
Oh, by the way, y'all, if you're new here,
Mm,
Freddie is like tech slow, right? Okay. All right, I'm in here. So you ain't got no excuses. I'm tech slow, so we ain't got no excuses, right? But check this out. Okay, so he said, I want to learn. Oh, and don't worry about your typos or none of that, y'all. This is
right.
a wild environment. Um, I want to learn about the similarities and differences. I'm just making it up, brother.
Hmm.
Between Christianity, Islam, and Buddhism. Am I close? Can you
Yes, sir.
make me a chart graphing out your findings. All right. So like let's just watch it work really quick, right? All right, it's doing some analyzing. All right, I'm using Chat GPT 4.0. I think that's how you pronounce it, or 4.0, whatever it is. So it's doing a bit of work analyzing. There are different types. We talked about this during the summit. And in the class, if you jumped into the class and grabbed our Everyday AI Pro membership, you should be able to find that. Oh, it's really digging. Okay. All right. So it's creating the graph. I'm gonna believe. Okay, here's the detailed chart. Okay, here's the chart in here. So it's a little weird. There we go. All right. So comparison of Christianity, Islam, and Buddhism. Here's the aspect that they are comparing here in this column. Here's Christianity up first, Islam in the middle, Buddhism, and it literally just made us a graph in a few seconds, right? And we can have this conversation. We can debate, the differences. Is it right? Is it wrong? You can ask for further analysis. You can ask for um, its resources. You can ask for the sources that it used to create these things. Yeah, I mean, it's just the possibilities are endless. And that was just one search that took like 12 seconds. I don't know, right? But this stuff is all at your fingertips. I saw somebody in there said investing. Um let me pull that up. I saw DNA, right? This is literally anything that you coming up with, anything that you're looking to build and grow your skills upon or dive deeper, right? And like we talked about, let me come back. We talk about what are your children going to do? What does the future look like? Where is this thing going? How do I make sure that I'm relevant, right? The trades, everybody keeps talking about the trades. I was looking at something and just talking about how the shortages that they have in the building industry and the plumbing, electrical work, and all of these things is still going to be an opportunity. Now, whether you want to do that or not, that's up to you, right? But the fact of the matter is, you're going to need to get some sort of skills, a skill set that can be utilized kind of regardless of where this reality that we're coming face to face with is going. So that might look something like, hey, I want to be a better investor because if I really understood how to properly invest, not only can I make my money grow long term, but perhaps I can make some monthly income based upon my investment style or risk tolerance, let's say. So I'm not even going to start a new one, right? I'm just going to use right inside of here because the AI is still smart enough to know it can keep the conversations um, compartmentalized, or you can ask it to remember and like think back to other conversations that we've had and bring that information in, right? So I'm realizing like, hold on, making sure I ain't showing y'all too much. Like, wait a minute. I'll mess with y'all like play cousins, but I don't want you to see everything, right? Okay, but so we're gonna talk about investing. So I am 40, let's see, I'm 49 years old and I want to learn more about trading. Let's see, what do you call it? Trading stocks, right? Trading stocks. Give me a breakdown of the different options that I have. I'm very aggressive because I want to retire in the coming 10 years. But I have no idea of where to start. Now, after I clicked that, I just realized, y'all, right down here is a microphone. And I could have just said all of that and didn't have to go through my slow typing, right? Yeah, the screen went black. I was changing between different screen systems. But all right, so now it's breaking down the different types of stocks, right? Okay, that's a great and achievable goal, especially within 10-year horizon and an aggressive mindset. Here's a clear breakdown of the different stock trading options available to you, including how each fits your goal of building wealth aggressively by retirement. Now we just start to learn. Okay, long-term investment strategies, the descriptions, the risk level, suitability for me. I got a couple of green check marks for long-term investing, growth investing, um, investing in fast-growing companies. Tech stocks often reinvest profits back into continue the growth. Value investing, dividend investing, swing trading, day trading, options trading, right? Oh, look at this. Got caution sign. Powerful but complex. Best to learn thoroughly before diving in. Here's one for day trading. Only recommended after serious education and practice. Very high risk. Swing trading fits aggressive profile, requires some learning. Now I can tell you, this is where I want to go. This is what I'm interested in investing in is swing trading. And if you know anything about trading, I trade a little bit. I'm learning, I'm growing, but I want to pick up this skill set because kind of literally what I said is the truth. That's what I want to do, right? That's another income stream that I think I'm sharp enough to figure this out. So let's see. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper on swing trading and give me the basic fundamentals used in this investing. It don't even matter, right? You know what I'm talking about. I can stop. I ain't even got to be cute, right? You don't got to be cute. You ain't worried about your grammar or any of that, right? Swing trading involves buying stocks and ETFs and holding for a few days to a few weeks, aiming to capture short to medium term price movements. You're swinging into the trade when momentum is building and swinging out before the price reverses, right? So now we can go into the basic fundamentals of swing trading, technical analysis, the indicators. All of this can get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Key takeaways. Want to go further? He's even giving you suggestions. Okay, I just gave you all the breakdown of how it's done and all of this good stuff. Do you want to go further? Okay. Beginners 30-day swing trading challenge, right? Break it down for us, right? Watch list of easy to follow beginner swing trade stocks. Okay, let me get this together. A breakout of your first real swing trade example. Okay, so let's do Give me the 30-day challenge. Give me the 30-day challenge. Y'all, is any of this difficult? Ain't none of this hard. I don't even know what I'm really looking for yet, right? I ain't really got down into it. I could have asked the questions. I could have asked the question, what question should I ask you to give you more information about me so that you can make this even more applicable to my life? That might be how much money you got cash on hand to invest. That might be, what does your, as Joel talks about it, your stock mortgage look like? You pay your house mortgage, your rent, your car note every month. How much money on a monthly basis are you going to put into your stock portfolio so that you can have money to start swing trading with? What is some of the stocks that you want to invest in? Do you have any in mind? Like do you have any 401ks that you can liquidate? Hey, you know what? I could possibly liquidate my 401k and pull it out. What does the penalty look like? Is this a good idea? Let's analyze that. You could go deeper on that. Week 1, lay the foundation, education mode. So bam, it's telling me all of the stuff that we need to learn about, candlesticks, charts, trading views, NASDAQ, RSI, right? All of this stuff, right? Week 2, let's get serious. Week 3, all in seconds. Freddie, is it right? Freddie, where does that information come from? Literally, I can say source the information of all of that. It'll give you the links to the places. Like, there's just no excuses, y'all. Like, but the point is, you got to be able to lean in, number one, but take on the information, synthesize it, and use it, right? And then take action. But you can build skills. We could have did internet marketing. We could have did, how can I write my first course? We could have did, I want to be an author. We could have did, hey, here's my job. Here's my LinkedIn portfolio. Here's my resume. This is the job that I'm currently in. Here are the tasks that I'm responsible for. Here are my metrics that I've moved, I've done, whatever. What job should I be aiming for next? And how can I better rewrite my resume to position myself after that job? I want to go into the C-suite. What do I need to do next so I can start positioning myself for that move? Hey, what jobs out there are on the market that are on the West Coast? Because Jen's on the West Coast. She don't want to leave. She don't want to leave all that sunshine and water. What jobs are in California that maybe I should apply to? Do you know this thing will go out on the internet and scour the internet for you and bring back a listing of this stuff? Y'all, it's not time to play. This ain't time to be for play, right? As they say. Hey, Trinita. Right? This ain't time to be for play. This time to lean in. And like, I've been traveling a lot lately, and I've just been having a lot of conversations offline. Hey man, and most of us are just playing games, right? And like what I realized about this AI space is I'm in it, we're using it as a company, but individually, Freddie ain't leaning all the way in, right? So now I'm about to set like weekly goals on things that I want to learn and do. And when I turned on ChatGPT today, agentic ChatGPT is here now they finally gave it to my account, right? And agentic AI means that the artificial intelligence, the bot, will go out and do the work for you, right? Maybe next week or next time we talk about AI, right? I'll get all the way, I'll show you some of the stuff that I'm working on, right? But like when I say go out and do the work for you, like, okay, let me give you a real example. Y'all know we sell Black History flashcards, right? Hopefully you do. I don't even know. I just realized I just kind of like dove in and just started getting at this conversation, right? Grandma was like, look, we short on time today, baby. I just need you to go and get out there and get them folks ready. This dinner is coming. But we sell Black History flashcards, right? So we are generally an e-commerce company. We are a retail business, right? Urban Intellectuals at its core is a retail company. And we have some memberships that we sell in addition with our history and our culture, our lessons and our travel and stuff like that. So there's a list of, I think, 305 Black or African American history museums in the country, in the United States. Most people aren't aware of that, right? So I can tell this thing, hey, I want you to not only compile a list of all of the museums in the country, the African American history museums or black museums in the country. I want you to gather the phone numbers, the emails, and the contact names of all of those people working in charge of the gift shops. So now you got all the list of the gift shops. Now I want you to craft an email sequence to contact them on a weekly basis until we are able to get the sale. And when we start selling to them, I want you to take their name out of that list and put it into our buyers list. And then we'll go into a follow-up sequence with them to make sure that we're maintaining the relationship. But before we get into that, I wanted you to go a little bit deeper because you're going to have those phone numbers. I want you to call these people. I don't think y'all hearing me. I don't think y'all hear me. The machine is going to call these people. They answer the phone. They'll talk to them, receiving the information, going back and forth. Of course, we got to write out the scripts and we got to educate the bot, right? We got to give it the education that it needs to understand. And it'll leave voicemail messages. When you call back, it can respond. Like all of this is happening now. And I don't know nothing, y'all. We're using it. My COO he's way deeper into all of this than I am, but this is happening right now with a $20 product. ChatGPT Pro or Plus or whatever is $20 a month. Like it's about to get wild out here, y'all. But all of this is happening at light speed. 2 years ago, people was like, oh, AI, what is it? It's kind of a thing. A year ago, it was like night and day better. So if I'm talking about January 2023 to January 2024, it was like, this is insanity. But then when you went from January 2024 to June 2024, mind-boggling. You get back to January 2025, it looked like all that stuff was child's play. But here's the thing, we're in July, now almost August. By the time we got to March, it was just insane. And what I'm getting at is I'm trying to show you that the rate of change and improvement and just getting better and growth and more tools and more applications and more usefulness, it's getting so fast. Like we're down to now, like, man, almost every week, like something crazy is just coming out and happening. And like, this is accelerating. This is not slowing down. Like this. I wish I'd have known. I wish I'd have known we was going to have some of these tech problems and I was going to do more talking than anything. Because I would have lined up some of these videos I've been watching. And it's wild. I don't know if there's an agentic AI with DeepSeek. I would imagine if they don't got it, it's coming. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't use DeepSeek. I don't know. Right? I don't know. I'm like from the Napster days, right? Like I don't want to download. I don't want to download everything, right? Yeah, but it's wild. Hey, if any of y'all on the Zoom, if you want to join the discussion, raise your Zoom hand and jump in here anywhere, just please let me know. I went off on a rant. I didn't even realize it was a number of y'all over here now. So appreciate y'all being here. Thank you to everybody that has showed up on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. I'm doing a bit of a conversation about AI. We're wrapping up, right? Our AI summit. And I'm just realizing that's the wrong title. I got to get all this stuff together, y'all. Anyway, all right, Brother David, come on into the discussion. And while Brother David is logging on, I got some questions for y'all. Like, who is using AI, right? What's the first way that you think you might use AI, right? Like, if you're not using it, what is the first thing that you're like, I'm going to give this a try? Or if you are using it, tell us some ways that you're using it in your life, your family, your business, and whatnot. Brother Dave.
Yes, sir. Well, I I began using it just the way that I this suggested question I sent to you because that's where my primary focus is. But I took your advice, and there was another brother on who gave an example to the sister about building a website. So I had asked AI to do that.
Yeah.
And I asked AI, I was very detailed in my question. And if I could pull it up, and maybe because I know you're looking for examples, or you were, I kept getting kicked off for whatever reason. But um, I had used it to build a website, and I was very specific with it. I'm trying to find it. I just realized I make so many different requests from
Yeah.
it, but I told it to build a website for a driving school because in Texas, the driving is just terrible here, man. Like, and I didn't realize that until I moved here that they don't have driver's education. I don't know if that's something they removed from all schools.
Really?
I know our sophomore year, you were spending half that year in driver's education.
Right.
They don't have that here, and it shows. And so I'm
Interesting.
like, maybe a driving school would be a good thing. So I asked it to create a website that was in compliance with all state and federal laws, highlighting my 20 plus year of commercial driving experience as a marketing as one of the marketing um, points, and to have it ready, include a payment. Um, I forgot the word I used, but I was very specific. Include a payment, whatever a payment field and a scheduling field, and have it ready for launch by Wednesday. And
Okay.
boom, it shot out the code for the website, uh the where to go to upload that information to actually have the website created. It had like literally everything, and I probably wasn't as specific as I could have been, but I decided to give it a test based on what the brother he was on last week. He has the dreads. He always talking about uh uh teaching business to entrepreneurs. His name escapes me now, but I said, well, let me see, because I had it to create business plans, but I never thought about, hey, let's see if it could just create a website and have it be able to do everything automatically.
Mhm.
And it did just that. And so I know you had been harping on, or really trying to get folk to really take advantage of this AI boom. But even still, me personally, I grossly underestimated how you could use it for anything. It's literally like adding 30 to 40 points to your IQ,
Yes.
if that's a good because it just it's such a shortcut in your research. And if you have some ability already in whatever the field it is, it just makes you that much better.
Yeah.
But I was looking for um I just have too many here to pull up. But yeah, man, it's awesome to use in that regard. But as I said, I use it a lot for my spiritual research, just trying to correlate all the religions, because I find a lot of commonality whenever I do. So
Yeah.
yes,
That's
sir.
super interesting too. But yeah, I love that you
Uh
said you like feel like you grossly underestimated, right?
oh yeah, yeah, yes, sir. Oh,
I
I
want to
found
show
it.
you
Here you go.
something.
I'm okay. Go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead, go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, I found the question I asked.
Okay.
Let's see. I said, create a website for my driving school highlighting our unique training that utilizes the commercial driver industry standard application of the Smith system that meets the state and federal guidelines, including schedule function for potential students, as well as a payment function to collect fees for the driving school, highlight my 20 years of professional commercial driving experience, as well as industrial technology education for my marketing credibility. Would like it launched for Wednesday. And then boom, I have the language for the coding is the first thing that pops out, right?
Yep.
And then it says, hey, your driving school website is ready for launch on Wednesday. It includes a strong marketing section, online scheduling, payment field, responsive design using Tailwind and modern UI components. Would you like me to help set this up on a live hosting platform like Vercel or Netlify? So I had to go research what that was. I never heard of that before.
Right.
Or
Right.
integrate real payment processing for before launch. And I just kept saying yes every time I come back and say, oh, here's what you might want. And it's already done.
Yeah.
It's done. All I got to do is pay the money to have the website and it's done. And I was like, whoa, that was easy.
Right. Right. That was easy.
Yes,
I want to show you something, brother, with organizing like your information. I don't know if you're using these folders. Are you using folders yet? So like it's always been a problem.
No, sir.
But like over here in the sidebar, these projects. So if you create a new project,
Oh, add project. Okay.
this project, or call it I don't know, trucking. Oh no, driving school. Driving school. So now everything that you make inside of your driving school, or you every time you start prompting inside of there, now you got your own little folder over here. So
Yes, sir.
every
Yes,
conversation that you have will be listed there, and you can find things a little bit easier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for that.
So this is what I use it like this, right? So this is a better look. So inside of here, then I got all my Sunday dinner conversations, working on some video stuff. I always do like a random session. I always got something that I'm just searching, like it's kind of messy and crazy. But yeah, then yeah, see, I got a nice little list of them, but now it's not this stuff over here, right? That's literally everything that
Right.
we're searching and doing.
Yeah, I see exactly what you're talking about, brother.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Good
I'm
stuff.
mad
Good
because I'm mad
conversation.
random. I'm mad random with it, but again, it typically aligns with the whole spirituality research that I do. But I just tried it. I tried it for about 3 or 4 different businesses, and so yeah, it's so easy, and it's like okay, well, it makes it so easy that it removes all excuses, really.
Yeah, no, it removes all the excuses. Look, I want to share another, and brother, you might know some about this. I heard this before. I don't know, but I was blessed with this. And if y'all know me, I like to share, right? So I want y'all to be blessed with this too, because this was incredible to me. I never heard this before. Now all of a sudden I hear it everywhere, of course. So as soon as I say this to you, if you don't know what I'm not talking about, you're going to start seeing and noticing it everywhere. But have any of you ever heard of let me scroll down here, a 508c1A organization?
Oh, sir.
I've never heard this. Watch this, though. Commonly referred to as faith-based organization or church ministry, offers powerful flexibility and protections under the U.S. tax law. If you're considering leveraging one here, here's a direct, no fluff breakdown on how to do it legally, ethically, and strategically. And you might be saying, what is it? And all of that stuff, right? Oh man, look. Okay, before I go back to the 508, this was me asking it about my buddy's arm. Yeah, yeah, okay. I didn't realize it was right there. So bam, you can't really see the bump as good because it's like straight on. I should have like had a little angle, but like that whole thing is the area, and it's bumped up like an inch and a half off of his wrist, right? There's the wife said his watch make it kind of look a little bit normal. But look, I said my friend got a super big bump above his wrist. Said it developed after having an IV in his IV for his appendicitis surgery. There is pain going down his vein to the bump. Can you diagnose? I'm not a medical professional, but I can share some possibilities for your friends to discuss. So this is where this is the stuff, right? He was like, oh, it could be this, right? It could be an infection. It could be an abscess. It could be this. It could be that. What to do, right? Do not ignore this. Your friend should see the doctor urgently, preferably within 24 hours. A duplex ultrasound may be needed to rule out clotting, right? That was the thing, and it was clotting, right? If fever, redness, heat, or increasing pain occur, go to the ER immediately, right? And that's when he's telling me, okay, I gave a little bit more. It's not near the site. That's what it was. They thought it was near the IV site. The IV was put in the crease of his arm, right up in there, and then the bump is down there. So I explained that. He said, "Oh, thanks for the clarification. That's an important detail. The IV was the inner elbow, and the bump is near the wrist. The pain is tracking along the vein between them. Here's the current suggestions. Most likely, it is this. It is most likely a vein inflammation clot. Symptoms: pain following the vein, firm bump, right? Swelling, tenderness, warmth, or redness." And he's like, "I got all those things. Oh, this stuff here, right? To be concerned with." He said, "I got all of this. Yeah, I get the chills, I bump, I got skin discoloration." Chad, like, you need to go now. You need to go now, right? So that was just really interesting to me. Two, let me get to this 508 thing. And I'm watching the time. I got 1:07, right? So this is commonly, okay, I read that, right? Commonly referred to as a faith-based organization or church ministry, offers powerful flexibility under the tax code. I'll skip that. So what is it? It's a religious nonprofit entity that is automatically tax exempt under the IRS code 508C1A without needing to formally apply for a 501c3 status. It's most often used as church ministries, religious outreach organization, or spiritual or cultural education programs. Why do you think I am interested in this, y'all? All right. How to leverage it strategically. Religious or cultural mission, right? If this is your thing, your activities must center around faith, spirituality, and cultural values, right? I won't go teaching classes, hosting community events, all of these things, right? Operate without IRS control. You don't need IRS approval or 1023 filing. You're not required to file 990s. Churches are exempt. You retain more control over your speech and political activity, although this must be navigated carefully. You must operate lawfully and cannot use the entity for private benefit or personal enrichment. Raise tax deductible donation. So even without a 501c3, create legal institutions, right? Education programs. But this is another tax layer that they're using, right? So I don't know if y'all have heard the triangle, right? You start a foundation, you have a 501c3. No, you start a foundation. What is the triangle? LLC, foundation, and your trust, right? So it turns out that the foundation and that level of information that they're using the 508 to control their own things. I'm not done with my research. I'm just sharing something that I found interesting, but I'm literally using ChatGPT to go down the rabbit hole of using it. Now, here's the thing. Just because you read it, don't mean Brother Freddie about to go implement it, right? Like, you got to go pay an expert, go pay an attorney if you're going to do something like this. If you're going to set up a trust, you need to be paying attorneys, right? Some of us like to, what they say, step over dollars to pick up dimes or something like that, right? Like, we're trying to save every penny when you can pay more to an expert and get it done right the first time, number one, which saves a lot of time. Number two, having it really soundly put together is critically important, right? So we don't want to just be learning things and out here willy-nilly I want you to take action and go for stuff, but like, I mean, this is pretty serious stuff, so you're definitely gonna have to be clean. But I just wanted to make sure that I shared that because I don't know, I learned it, right? I wanted to share it with you. And I wanted to use AI so that you could see how going deeper into that would be easy. Right now, if I wanted to learn more, I can just continue to ask deeper and deeper questions. I can have it search the internet for research papers, for the actual tax code that back these things up. and get links directly to it, right? Now, I would imagine if we in this agentic world that it would write the whole thing for me, right? I would imagine it would write the whole thing for me. Now, would I present that and use that? I know me, I would go hire a lawyer to look it over and basically to take it on as theirs. They're going to use it anyway, y'all. People act like lawyers not about to be using, not about to be, lawyers are using AI, right? I was having a conversation with an attorney who's a fraternity member of mine, and he was just like, man, this is crazy. Like, we would have to research documents for hours and days, looking for torts and case law and studying all of this stuff. And he's like, man, you give me 15 minutes and a cup of coffee, boy, I can slay the world, right? But this is happening now. This is happening with the doctors, right? This is happening with your medical professionals. I know the joke on the meme is going around, hey, are you really going to go to the doctor when they're just using AI to get through school? They better be using AI. I don't know if you realize it or not, but medical hospitals, that whole medical industry is like heavy into tech. Right? But they're cutting a lot of inefficiencies in their business and streamlining a lot of stuff. They're going to be using this material. So any doctor that is stuck in the 1960s, right, is going to fall out of favor. Listen, I mean, you're a specialist, you're a surgeon. Like, again, I think specialties and specialists are always going to have a place in the world. I don't know. I would imagine, and I would imagine they're already doing performing surgeries with robots and and agentic AI. Basically, I would imagine that's already happening. But to synthesize the information and to use ChatGPT to summarize people's symptoms and things, like, it's just going to make everything better. But you still have to understand how to usher the resources that are at your fingertip. Right? Does that make any sense to y'all? Hopefully that does, right? 1995, I was trying to get in beforehand, yeah. But my mom refused to get a PC. Hey, well, we got PCs on our phones now, right? We got this opportunity. All right, Latonya says, huge tax shelter. Yeah, the 508c3. There we go. 508, I forgot what it was all that quick. 508, I'm on it though. 508c1a, right? That is the information. So that was just a random conversation and a random conversation at my college reunion. We do a Black alumni reunion every 2 years, which is really dope to see the good people. But I was just having a random conversation and he mentioned it. And I was like, what? What is that? So now people don't really Google stuff no more, right? Like, they go into their favorite AI platform of choice and they use it right there. Now, I'm using ChatGPT, y'all. That don't mean you have to use ChatGPT, right? There are other ones out there. Somebody mentioned DeepSeek on YouTube. There's, Perplexity, Bard, I don't know, like whatever, Copilot at Amazon. They keep changing the name of theirs. Y'all favorite person, Elon Musk, is back with Grok and all of this stuff. But there's a whole list of, those are just those types of tools. There are literally thousands of them. It's a whole world out here, which you could get on AI and ask it. I have my interest in these things. What AI platform should I be utilizing to get that done? And provide me not only a list, but a link with sources, right? So that I can go there and I can review it and dig further myself. You can drop in a website and it will read all the pages of the website and give you a report back based on what that is, right? So if you're analyzing your competitors, right? I saw Jen talk about using it in her business. You can literally drop your competitors' URLs into ChatGPT and analyze their business for patterns that might be able to be utilized in yours, right? It's just crazy out here, y'all. It's just crazy out here. And we are moving into our second hour, which is kind of crazy that an hour has passed already. Time flies when you're having fun, but it's just crazy out here, man. And I just really don't want our community to be left behind. Alicia, during the challenge during the summit, was talking about how her sister is using it with her daughter, right? And they are doing, Spanish lessons, People are using it for mathematics problems and engagement and build out and better understanding of languages. Like this is going to touch every space. And I hear teachers saying all the time, man, if they if they take away AI and just say we can't use it, I'm quitting the profession, because you used to grade all those papers. You're not doing that anymore. You're just putting all the students' papers in the AI and analyzing it for stuff. Now, I'm not saying Jess, you still got to understand what you're doing, right? You can argue over the details. I'm just trying to give you the high level conversation, but this is touching everything. So I don't want us to be on the outside looking in. Jen, we will do another one at some point. We sell the replay during, before and during. I'm not sure if the replay link is still available. So in this space, Sunday dinner, we still finding our footing, right? Like, I'm still going into our stuff. So we're not utilizing as much resources that the company have here today. So I'm the only one manning, quote unquote, manning the show here today. So I don't have access to that list, even though I should. You know what? I might be able to find the link. I don't know if it's still live. So here, I believe you can sign up here. Jen, if you sign up here, it's free. It's over. But if you sign up there, I believe on the next page, they're going to offer you the replay. Like, once you sign up, you'll be offered the replay. I think it's like $47 if it didn't go up after it went off, right? You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, hopefully you check it out. It was definitely some excellent information. But this is what we like to do here at Sunday Dinner, right? I like to have conversations that our community need, and make you aware of things, challenge you to do better, be better, grow faster, to help more, to love more, and all of those things, right? We are a Black History and Empowerment company here at Urban Intellectuals. So we don't just stick to history and culture, right? So at times we partner with experts to bring you additional information, from stock market investing, right? We got that inside of one of our membership programs, to genealogy, right? Going through your history of your family, getting your family history together. And then obviously we teach Black history classes. We have Black history classes for adults and children, right? So we are looking to continue to build on what we're doing around here. And I'm almost ready to get this Sunday dinner thing right whenever we get this YouTube stuff kind of solved. But I see y'all growing a bit over there on YouTube. I want to welcome you to Sunday Dinner. Appreciate y'all being here this afternoon. We are in our second hour. So if you're not aware, we start at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday, and I do my best not to miss. Even when I travel, I try to make space for these conversations. And we're always having a wide variety of them, right? I try to keep it mixed up. I try to keep it interesting. And I try to keep it funny, right? Like, I think I'm funny, y'all. So I don't know if you agree with that. But anyway, I like to have a good time, right? We can have powerful discussions while having a good time. I believe it's not mutually exclusive. All right. So let me ask a question for the group centered around this AI stuff. What still feels unclear or overwhelming about AI? Can we dig into some of that? Is anybody having any trepidation about this that maybe we can enlighten one another with a little bit of insight, right? So is there any hesitations? I guess it's making space for the moralizing of it all. We get that all the time, right? I see people say, AI isn't God, right? AI isn't the end all be all, right? AI isn't the alpha and the omega, right? No, it's not. No, it's not. But I like to say, if God is all things and God created everything, then God created AI. So what are we talking about? Like, why are we arguing over this stuff, right? Like, oh man, you know what? People are going to use this for nefarious reasons. They're going to do the worst. It's like, do you remember what they said about cell phones? Do you remember what they said about the internet, right? And yes, all of that is very, very true. Those things are happening, but guess what? They still are here. AI is no different, right? All right, the collection of information on us. As we ask questions on us, it's collecting information on us as it asks us questions. Yeah, it makes me uneasy. So I like that. That's real. That's the ethics conversation behind AI is an interesting one. I want to give y'all a resource of a sister that I follow online around this AI stuff. What is her name? I think it's Saneed Stovall. Yeah, so like if you're like into that, AI ethics conversation, that concern, that warning, how is it being integrated into our communities? How is it being used? All of that stuff. This is I would call her more like a futurist, right? In this space, in this conversation. And the internet's just being amazingly slow. Y'all remember the dial-up days? And I'm over here complaining, right? Like it's been like 4 seconds. Like, what is it doing? Good Lord. No, we change over time, right? All right, so I'm just butchering her name. Hold on. I'm gonna bring it up on the screen so y'all can see it. I would recommend giving this sister a follow. I'm gonna drop her link down in the comments. I don't know her. I don't know. What they call it, what they say, buyer beware, right? I don't even think she sells anything. I just really think she just talks about it. I think she's a speaker. Oh my God, we got the superstar in the building. Hello. All right. Oh, now I got to tell that story. Uh-oh. Y'all done spun me off in the distance. But this woman here, I'm not sharing my screen. I think this woman here is really good conversation around this space, y'all. There it is. I guess it's Saneed Bovell. I'm terrible, y'all, but she is really she makes it interesting, right? Let me play something, right? Let's see. The internet as we know it is over. Okay, that's a good place to start. Oh, come on. How you put the sound on?
Not just because as we know it is over, and not just because most of what we see on the internet now is in some way AI generated, not just human generated, but more so because we are moving away from humans being the primary drivers of the internet and users of the internet, and towards a future where agents use the internet more than we do. So last night, OpenAI released their ChatGPT agent. So this is now an AI system that can open up web browsers and do things on your behalf, buying things on your behalf. Eventually, it's going to be sending emails on your behalf. For now, most of these agents are going to be limited in what they can do. They're probably going to make a lot of mistakes. But as they get more reliable and the actions that you give them, they can actually deliver on more consistently, we stop doing as much of the doing on the internet and agents start to do it for us. This has big implications for the incentive structure of the internet, particularly social media. We post because other people are watching. If you don't know if your post is going to be viewed by a human or a large language model, that's going to change your incentive to post something at all or in the current style that we do. I think we are looking at the beginning of the next chapter of creators and creatives in the AI age. It's easy to say it's going to be just a bunch of AI influencers. That's not how I see it evolving. The internet as we know it is over.
So, okay, that was part of a larger discussion that she's been having, but I think sis worth a good follow. I just think her conversation, her intellect, and her viewpoint and disposition is always something interesting, right? She always got like a different twist on stuff. So I love when somebody stretches me, right? Particularly when, I think I might have a handle on it, and then like, I realize there's some rooms that I'm not in that folks are really having these discussions. So it's definitely fantastic. Brother David, what you got for us?
I don't know if I'm not sure if my background a little bit too noisy because I'm in the store shopping. If
No, I think
so,
you're
I
good.
could come back. But I went to I went to SIU and got a Bachelor of Science in Engineering with a focus in industrial technology. And I mentioned this last week. Um, and the reason why that a lady who just spoke um, kind of kind of urged me to chime in is that we had a very sobering reality check during the last class of the for that particular degree, which was we're going to be replacing human beings with technology.
Mhm.
And I've always tried to look at the trends and try to figure out where this thing is going, and then look at it from a real world situation where we're looking at someone mentioned or people always mention how it could be used for nefarious reasons. And look what we did with the knowledge that came from atomic energy, right? So we have all of that. And I said, well, logically, where are we going with the type of mindset we have as a civilization with this AI thing? And, just kind of building on what she said, but taking it a little left, I guess, well, or I would say right. When you look at how civilization is wired and the technology at hand and the ability to control um, and just the history of how it's usually used. This is why I always use or I use AI a lot when it comes to spiritual, uh, put everything in a spiritual context. And so just thinking about how much freedom AI gives you, um, it makes me understand that the powers that be may not be too happy with how people are using it and how people can gain freedom. So when you gave that sobering call to action last week, with regard to 6 to 18 months of time to get it,
Mhm.
that aligns with what it is that, logically what I'm finding when I take my education and my understanding of spirituality and kind of mix it. You have the movie Transcendence all over again. And I don't know if you've ever seen Transcendence. It's with Morgan Freeman and Johnny Depp. It's kind of like a Lucy type movie. I don't know if you've seen Lucy. It's very similar to that. And when these people are talking about these bunkers they build and they anticipating all this chaos, for me logically, with what AI is able to do, the only thing left is to try to get rid of it. That's how I see it. I see that the same folk that brought us the pandemic is the same folk that's going to try to utilize whatever means they have to limit access to AI. So, in a sense, just kind of building on what you said last week, you better get in while the getting's good, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
watch that movie Transcendence because it's not necessarily that AI is going to take over or, anything like that. It's more so the freedom that people can gain from having that kind of information accessible to them will be a threat to the powers that be, and then they will want to get rid of it under using some excuse that they always use. So that's the angle that I've been kind of contemplating with regard to AI.
Interesting. I haven't seen that movie, so I'm glad you said something. So I definitely just wrote it down and I'll
Yeah,
check
Johnny
that out.
Depp, Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman in it. Morgan Freeman and Johnny Depp. I mean, it's pretty good. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Somebody was asking for the link. Sister Terry, I think you're talking about the sister that I recommended. That's her link there. Or are you talking about the Everyday AI Pro? So if you sign up here, you can get the replay. I think they still sharing the replay. I'm not sure, y'all. So don't hold me to that. But if you go to Everyday AI Summit and you sign up, register for the next one, you have an opportunity to purchase a replay, right? So you can see that there. But that's interesting. Like, if it is like a really powerful tool, AI being that tool that I'm speaking on, and that removal of access, is definitely got to be a conversation I just wonder how will it be removed, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know if y'all have noticed like what's really going on with Trump and I know y'all favorite president, right? um, don't say nothing in the comments if Trump is your favorite president. Right? If I don't see nothing in the comments, I'm just gonna assume that that's your favorite president, and then that's the thing. But he's been passing these bills around crypto and this engagement in the community with this digital money, right? And they are really moving towards the digital currency, right? I know we talk about the mark of the beast and all of that stuff, but it's like legit happening. So, David, what I'm getting at to your point is once the money is digitized, right? Because you see the government is rushing into this crypto space, right? And they're creating their own crypto units and spaces. Just imagine your money's no longer in the banks, or if it is the banks, however this future is going to look, it's digitized. So every URSD or something like that is, I think that's like the United States crypto money, right? So instead of getting dollars, you're paid in this thing, but now your money is not only trackable, it's turn offable, right? Think about that, right? Well, and someone said, oh man, just think about if the money is on the crypto scene or whatever, and it's being controlled by your government or whatnot. What if they turned off your access to it outside of the country? So it was like location based. Or what if they turned it off outside of your state or city to keep you in a particular area, right? I don't know. I don't know. These are just thoughts and conversation, but this is happening. Like that Trump and all that the Einstein Act and all of that, like this, it's over. It happened. This is why crypto had that quick run up, right? And if you're investing and you ran up, and then you see it pulling back down, it's not pulling down because don't nobody believe in it anymore. But somebody spent, I don't know, I'm just gonna pick a number, $10 million and dumped it into XRP. And then when it ran up to $303.60, they sold what they purchased. And they just took the money out. When it fell back down, then they just repurchased their space again, right? When the whales move the market, oh, and I read something, I'm all over the place, y'all. But I read something, I think that was this morning, that was really interesting to me. So for the first time ever, the Bitcoin index, I forgot the exact name of it, but the Bitcoin index basically tracked with the VIX, right? So if you don't know what the VIX is it's the volatility index in the stock market. It basically measures fear in the marketplace. If the consumers in the country feel good and like they feel like they got enough money and it's the summertime and we going to party and Beyonce concerts, they're spending money. They feel good about spending money. But when Trump, somebody's favorite president, because a lot of y'all didn't say nothing, so I'm assuming all of y'all favorite president starts doing something that creates fear, like leveling, Lord, come on, Freddie, tariffs on different countries that's starting to mess with imports and just erratically firing people out of the government and creating chaos. People get a little antsy and then they start to hoard their money. They don't want to purchase. Now I'm gonna show you something. When can I show you this? If y'all in legacy, then you would be aware of this. Trying to pull up some stocks without, I don't want to show my portfolio, y'all. And now we can argue over should you invest in this company or not, because somebody was talking about the collection of data that they do. But I just wanted to show you something tied to this VIX index, right? And again, I'm not an expert. This isn't advice. This is just education and insight. But it's interesting. So this volatility index, hold on, let me. VIX. So this is the VIX. And Joel, the guy that we follow here at Urban Intellectuals with our investing, right? He came in and did a session for us and educating our community on not only this, but his investment philosophy and steps that he takes. Very good discussion. And he's coming back, y'all. So my legacy people, get ready to buckle back in. But this thing right here changed my life. And I want to tell you, I want to tie in the opening conversation today, if y'all were here. And I'm watching the clock. I'm at 3:22, right? 4:22 Eastern Standard Time. Grandma says she got some appointments, so we ended at 2:00 today. But I'm gonna tie in. If you remember, I started saying, "Oh, I really want to study stock options investing and swing trading," right? So I'm gonna show you this swing trade that I should have made. Did you hear that? Y'all heard the operant word there. Shoulda. Oh man, I coulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'd have been a gazillionaire by now. But okay, VIX, right? The volatility index. So like, let's take a look over the last year. Well, from the year to date. So this is January 1st to Friday, right? The market's closed on the weekends. So you see this big high peak right here. So when the VIX is down here, people are like, let's spend money. You know what I want to do? I want to buy something. Give me some more credit so I can buy something else. You know what? And that's where we're at right now. It's feeling good. We're just out here loosey-goosey. It's summertime. We're traveling. Be the boots on the ground. Where them fans at? We is just line dancing our souls away, right? Having fun out here. Back here in April, this was April 2nd. Y'all can see those times. I think I can make this bigger, right? Look, how about on Sunday dinner? You ain't know y'all was gonna get some tax lessons. I mean, some investing lessons, right? Let me, hey, just y'all gotta do is tune off if you don't want it. But we cooking with this one. Wow. This could change your life. This could change your life. And I'm gonna let you know next time it happened. Did it change mine? Because I'm swinging for the gate this time. I done seen enough, right? Anyway, check this out. You see, bang, he got up to 46. Now, Joel says when the VIX hits 30, so this is April 3rd, saying when the VIX hits 30, you should buy something. Like whatever stocks you're tracking, it doesn't matter. Just buy some more. You in Google, buy some Google. You in Roblox, buy some Roblox. He said when it hits 40, now that was on April the 3rd. When it hit 40, went over 40 on April the 4th. He said when it go over 40, you got to go all in. Like you got to spend every dollar you can to buy more of something. He said when it go over 50, you need to borrow money to buy stocks and buy as much as you can. Borrow as much as you can, buy as much as you can. Now that on April the 8th, you see that down at the bottom, it went over 52. The VIX went up. Now I want you to remember that date, April the 8th, right? So I got to tell you some quick, let me give you the inverse relationship. When the VIX is high, the market is low. This isn't an exact science, right? But generally, when the VIX is high, the market goes down. When the VIX goes down, the market goes up. So for my boys and girls out there, this is called an inverse relationship, right? This is why mathematics is important, just so you can understand these concepts, right? So it's an inverse relationship. And when VIX is up, the market is down. When the VIX is down, the market is up. Simple stuff, right? Now watch this. April the 8th. All right, I'm just trying. I'm dramatic. Just let me get my drama on. April the 8th.
Is it just me, or are we frozen?
I think we're frozen.
I think Freddie's frozen. So hang tight. He's gonna connect again. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, he's trying to log back on right now, so just give him a moment. Hang tight because he was getting ready to cook. And this is some really great information so that you'll have it for when the opportunity presents itself again. And for those of you who are in our legacy program, uh, Joel Harrison will be with us again on August 1st. So we'll be sending out the email with the exact time sometime tomorrow. Okay, so it's perfect timing to just get back on track and lock in and take our understanding to the next level. All right, so I see your message, Jan. I see your message. So just give Freddie a moment and he will be right back on. Okay. Freddie will be back shortly, guys.
You know, in the meantime, this is Brother David. He had mentioned about how the whales move the market and how like you saw he gave an example of XRP, someone dumping millions of dollars in it and then taking the cashing out once they made their money or whatever.
Right.
That reminded me of the point I was making with regard to what he said last week. You got 6 to 18 months to make sorry about that, to make your money, because um, at the end of the day, the only, and I'm not this actually is meant to quicken our spirit to get on point. Um, just echoing his call to action, but just logically, just how these people work. I see, the Obamas put out a movie a few years ago called Leave the World Behind. I don't know if anyone's seen it or remember it, but a lot of the events that was happening in that movie we're seeing now. Remember, planes were crashing. There were issues with Tesla. There was issues with telecommunications, and leading up to this chaos. That's kind of what he was describing last week. But what I see with AI, the other thing they're not telling people is that they are expecting um, something something new. We've heard about supernovas, but it's something more recently that they've understood, which is called micronovas. It's not as big. You kind of seen it in depicted in the movie The Happening. Um, Basically, what happens is there's enough energy from the sun that takes out all it takes out the power grid. And so my only concern is if we dump everything in the AI and that energy comes off the sun, you lose access to it. It goes back to essentially the 18th century. Um, and so all will be lost except those who anticipate it, like he mentioned, those who put their money in and take it out. And from what I understand, all of my research, that's what this is trending towards. Not to be the bearer of bad news, because it really ain't. This wicked world is ending and a new world is beginning. But if you got it and you could hit you know, some quick licks, all more power to you. But that's what the elite are expecting, and they've put it in their movies, and that's where I'm at with it. It really ain't. This wicked world is ending and the new world is beginning. But if you got it and you could hit some quick licks, all more power to you. But that's what the elite are expecting, and they put it in their movies, and that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good, but I can't figure out how to. All right. Oh, okay, my bad. I had I was on mute. Hey, sorry about that, y'all. I'm glad Tamiko was on to keep the keep the stream going. And good point, brother David. Yeah, because that's definitely Oh man, I got so many. Oh, I ain't gonna talk about it. I'm gonna stay focused. I know I was going through the Palantir. I'm about to bring up this stock called Palantir, y'all. That's what I literally just saw it. All right, but of course, Brother Freddie didn't. What is going on? I didn't have my computer plugged in. Go figure, right? There we go. All right. So yeah, let me get back to this real quick. So April the 8th, that's what I was talking about. We're on first. Okay, bam. Here we go. All right. I will say, y'all, all right, I'm gonna get this together. That ain't gonna ever happen again, but if you've been around, it probably will. All right. one day I get right. But check this out. Yeah, okay, you can see my screen. Yes. So, all right, I talked about the VIX. I gave you the VIX, and I told you that this peak was April the 8th. Now, check this out. This stock called Palantir Technologies. Now, I'm not endorsing the stock. I'm not endorsing the conversation. I'm not endorsing any of all of that. You go invest at your own risk and all of that. And moralizing about this, apparently, the more I learn about this, I don't have to sell this stock, right? Because I sold Tesla, dude went crazy. I'm not supportive of that. Palantir is interesting because they get military contracts and they are using AI to basically learn everything about you. I know it's beyond knowing everything about you. Like just it's crazy. The more I read about it, it's crazy. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that. I want to show you this money, right? Watch this. This is crazy. So year to date, I'm gonna do the same thing. Now you see this chart, right? It's up 100%, 111% from January 1st at $75 to right now, this stock is $158, right? In 6 months. Who makes 100% of their money in 6 months? Like, what is that, right? That's insanity. But watch this. April 8th, bam, the stock was $77. Look where it has gone since $77, right? And there was literally an indication that you could have bought on that day. Now, I was fortunate enough, I was buying before this, right? But on April the 8th, it's a clear, and we're like 90, it's crazy because now I'm learning you're about 90 days out from the top of the correction. So it may go back down again, right? So I bought this stock. I mean, we can look up a lot of stocks, y'all. And remember the market was crashed and everybody was in pure panic mode. Oh my God, my 401k. Oh my this. Oh my that. If you would have been buying, let's just pick another one. Let's go Microsoft. Year to date, Microsoft, April 7th, April 8th, $354. They're showing 22%, but that's from the year to date. Let me go back 3 months. Oh, they don't got 3 months on it. Ooh. But that's from 418 to 513. On April the 8th, it was $354. And it ran up over $150 to 513 on April the 8th. Pick another stock. Like this is great. Roblox. RBLX. Roblox is $118 now. What was it on the 8th? I bet you this is the 8th, the 7th, the 8th. $51. $51 to $118, y'all. This is not difficult stuff, right? But here's the thing. I bought the stocks. I did oh man, Freddie, you bought the stocks. You got in there. I blew it. I should have bought the option. With the option, I could have made like 2,000%. Like it's bananas. Like the difference, it's risky. It's a different type of play. But I don't feel confident enough to be buying the stuff. But let me tell you something. I got it this time. When it goes back up, I want to show you this. This is what I want you to see. This is why you got to be in different conversations in different rooms, y'all. Because a lot of times we just out here on Beyonce's internet playing games and laughing and joking and line dancing, which is fine. I think we need to do all of those things. But I like to be in rooms like this conversation. Now watch this. Oh shoot, what did I want to show you? I'll be talking and be forgetting where I'm going.
You said something about when it goes back up, and then you kind of like stop
All right,
talking.
I lost it. Oh, no. It took me to turn it off to remember what it was. So I want you to see how that doesn't happen all the time. So let me go back to the VIX. Right? So the VIX is at 14. Oh, come on, VIX. I don't want a different chart. Oh, come on. Where is it? VIX index. All right. So I want you to see when you go back, okay, that's year to date. This is 1 year chart. So this was 1 year. This is 365 days. So you see it went above 50 one time. Right? It went above 50 one time. That's why I wanted you to see, like, this was like COVID, y'all. Watch, I'm gonna show you. This was like COVID. I think COVID hit 60. This was $55. We'll see in a second. In early January, it hit $23. Look, that looks like that's big, but I'm sorry, $38. So I was almost 40. It was time to back the truck up. I was buying in on all of these peaks. Okay, it peaked at $27. Probably took a couple of nibbles. You ain't buying the same, you're just nibbling. But if you're nibbling throughout the year when things are going down, when you see the chart that we had today, it's on. But when it's over 50, we backing the truck up. Mama, how much money you got? Let me get $45. Can I get $45? Can I get $4,500? Right? Right? But now check this out. Last 5 years. Y'all, April 8th was the day. Come on. I'm all fired up. Can't get steady hand. Okay, I got it in the wrong spot. Get up there. I keep messing up the date. But April 8th was the day. This is the only time it's been that high in the last 5 years. So when we had that whale conversation, people was backing the truck up. They was like, I can't believe it's Christmas in April. Meanwhile, most of the people was jumping out of the window with fear and being afraid about where things was going. And like the guy Joel, I love Joel, man. Joel is like, he the best. He's like, look, y'all got to understand the stock market is rigged to go up. It's a game. There's a fix. Do you know like 90% of stocks on all of the exchanges here in America is owned by like 10% of the people? And guess what those 10% of the people be doing, y'all? They be buying your congressman. They be buying your representative. They be buying your president to make sure that everybody adjusts the game so the stock market keeps going up because they own it all. We buy the stuff that make the stocks rich. They buy the stock. They buy the option. You ever played a game called Cash Flow for Kids? Cash Flow for Kids or Cash Flow 101. 101 is a better game. But in that game, you can have a stock and you're like, man, I got this stock. And then one day it 10X's and you out the rat race. That's what happened on April the 8th, y'all. That's what happened on April the 8th. Yeah, Robert Kiyosaki. April 8th that was a time to get out of the rat race. One time, right, y'all? Any dice players out there? I'll label myself. I'll tell, hey, whatever. Judge me if you want to. I'm shot dice. One time, let's go. Come on. One time, bang, it's game over. Like what I've understand about money now is you only got to be right one time. Once you make $10 million, it's unless I don't know, you can blow it. That can happen. But you can also put it in places where it kicks off enough revenue that the money makes enough money that you would never have to do anything again. That happened on April the 8th. We can use AI to better educate us on the stocks and start to learn, and then maybe start to understand. Oh, I love this. I'm going to do this week. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to start educating me on understanding the environments that start to create the VIX that go over 50. What if you understood that? What if you saw when that was coming? When you had been loading up the 3rd, April the 4th, April the 5th, you'd have just been loading up. Watch this. Let's go back. Max. So this is when the VIX started getting tracked back in 2004. Look at this. The VIX is 2008. Y'all remember the market crashed? I can't get it to go up there. How do I get close? Y'all, but you see where it's at. That's 66. That ain't even the height. It must have hit 70 something. But that was the 2008 crash. And you I know you know that conversation. Everybody, man, I shoulda. Boy, I shoulda. I sure wish I woulda. I should have bought that property downtown. My brother bought a piece of property downtown in Harbortown on the water. Man, he looked like a genius. He looks like a genius. And all we talk about, if you go downtown Detroit now, the whole place is different. But you could have been down, you could have bought half of Detroit for about $1 million. Like it was nothing in there. Remember it's dollar lots and all of this stuff. Like it was all happening. Anyway, that's that. So then this must be COVID. I really wish I could get it where I could get to the top. So it looked like it went over. Man, that must have been 70. They won't get out the way either. $66 in COVID. And the other day on the 8th, it hit 58, right? When that our number of 58 year to date. 52. 52. It hit 52. COVID was 68. This was like damn near 80. 3 times in 20 years. That's what happened in April. But just because you weren't aware of that little thing, that's all right. Here's the thing, y'all. It's coming back. It's going to happen again. The question is, are you going to take it in for now? Go learn some more. You got to build. You got to grow. You join our legacy program. You can have the replays, and you can get in time to have Joel to come in. We having Joel back to have the live session, and he'll talk to you. He talks to you directly. Tamika, we doing legacy this Tuesday?
So we're doing legacy this Tuesday, so they can find out how to become a legacy member.
Your mic's not and say you unmuted, but
can you hear me now?
Y'all, I don't want you to miss this.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I think history and important is important. History
and
culture is important because we can learn these lessons. That was history right there. What's happening in the market? Well, how is it moving? How can we take advantage of it? This is what when we reflect on our Black history, Black history is world history. We reflect, we learn so that we can be better, right? Learn from the past to create the future. Don't just do it in history. Let's do it in investing. What's the legacy program? You got a link for them down there, Tamika? Come on out Thursday. Yeah, just drop a link on YouTube and
so they can
we give you the direct link to YouTube. You might not see it. I'm gonna drop that over here in Zoom. Yeah, come on out. Our legacy program is the way that you can engage everything Urban Intellectuals has to offer inside of one program. So inside we have our investing, like our finance piece, right? So we believe that legacy equals economic plus history plus genealogy equals legacy. So it's our three method formula for putting together a wealth building creation program for our families, historical based understanding of our history, and then our family history, showing you how to put your genealogy programs together and build a legacy visually. So we'll talk deeper about that in our discussion on Tuesday. Boy, I'm gonna get these dates together one day. So that's Tuesday, July 9th, July 29th. There we go. And Tamiko's gonna drop the link in there. But inside of that program, we bring in experts to continue to educate our families, right? This is generational work here, right? So we're educating the grandparent, the parent, and the children when it comes to money, investing, entrepreneurship, history, culture, genealogy, and family bonds and rituals, right, inside of our family. So these are the conversations that we having. So Tuesday, come on out and make sure that we have that conversation. Oh, y'all can hear Tamiko. Oh, Tamiko, I couldn't hear you. I wonder why I couldn't hear you. Say something for me again. That's weird.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Maybe my sound's just not on. I don't know.
Okay. I was saying that
I hear me.
Tuesday, this Tuesday, we're having the Ultimate Legacy webinar.
I don't know sign language. Like,
but
type it to me.
Yeah, they can hear me.
They can hear you. Yeah, they were saying on YouTube they can hear you.
Right. So 8 p.m.
I can't hear. I don't know why I can't hear you. Look, y'all, me and technology don't get along. We don't get along, y'all. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And like the whole team be thinking I be messing with them while I say something went wrong with me. It ain't, it's me. I don't know. Like, anyway, I like that I'm not like the greatest tech person because it removes excuses, right? Like, what's your excuse? Right? We building out an important company here, and the CEO is stuck in the 90s on his technology. Now I'm probably like late, early 2010s probably. I'm still probably back there. But no, we getting it together. She is talking. Yeah, okay. They can hear. Okay, y'all can hear. Okay. Yeah, how we get more information. So she's gonna drop that link down there. One ship 49. Yeah. I mean, you don't gotta buy big stuff, right? Like you get into this market, you don't gotta go spend your $10,000. I tell you what, I bet you wish you did though. Just look at that. I know I wish I did, right? But I'll take my hot $500 and that might be going all in for me. Y'all leave me alone. I ain't got the type of money some of y'all got, I don't got Louis V bags and $1,000 shoes, and I don't know. I'm assuming if you got them, it must be cracking, right? Right? Like that bank account is on fire. Okay. They keep asking for the link to me. I know she's probably trying to find it.
I put it
you
in
put
there.
It in there for me. That's what you were saying. Okay. I got it. All right. So this is, you can sign up for that discussion on Tuesday in that link right there. And we're gonna have a good time, right? We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna talk about some important stuff. Unlock your family's ultimate legacy, wealth, heritage, and unity, right? That's what we are building the discussion around. And maybe I'll just pull that up over here too. But we go a lot deeper than what I gave you today. That's what I feel comfortable talking about based on Joe's program. But what I can tell you is his conversation is real. It's at a level that we can all understand and grow, but it's real technical. I mean, it's not real technical. It's real easy to follow and understand, but we'll have that discussion here. So if you click that link, you'll see this, and then you have an opportunity to sign up 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, July the 29th, right? So we're going to talk wealth creation strategies, heritage preservation tools, family unity, goals, exclusive insight into the Sankofa Club and Sankofa Circle. These are our membership programs where we teach live Black history to children and adults, right? So you can get the whole family can get their education up. All right. And then on August the 1st, it's coming. Joe's doing his second session. So if you join, you will have access to all of our previous works. This is why I say this is how you can get everything that Urban Intellectuals does. You can get all of our classes, that teach your children, your grandchildren with multiple accesses for different households. You don't got to worry about that. Accesses for you, your children, when it comes to the history and the culture. Our genealogy specialists that come in and talk the history and the culture, and our investing professionals, our life insurance professionals, our tax professionals coming in to educate us on this financial piece. I'm excited. I'm excited about all that we're doing here. But that's the work on like what we're doing as an organization, right? Today, Sunday dinner is about sharing, right? And that's why I wanted to make sure that I shared all of that. I know we was having an AI discussion and a conversation, but I think you see how all of this stuff overlaps. Oh, speaking of AI and investing, without pulling it up, I want you to see what I'm working on right now. What I did was go into AI and I took a picture, I screenshotted a picture of my investment portfolio, right? I cropped off my account numbers and any of that pertinent stuff. It's just, hey, Palantir stock, I got in at this number, I got this many shares, You know, Microsoft, I got in at blah, blah, blah. Here's my average I'm per share, blah, blah, blah. I'm in SPY. I'm in a lot of basic stuff. So I post that in there and I say, hey, well, analyze this information. Where should I move money to something different? And then like, blah, blah, blah. I forget my exact prompt, but it basically kicked back and said, oh, okay, you're heavy on, technology, you should probably scale that down. Because I believe the thought is you shouldn't be 20% invested. You shouldn't be over 20% invested in any particular industry. If you're trying to stay, so, I might be in, I don't want to say Tesla. I might be in Microsoft. I might be in Roblox, but these are like tech companies, right? So if my portfolio, if I got over 20% of my invested amount in that number, then a red flag comes up. Hey, you probably want to divest from this, diversify your portfolio, right? Might want to divest from this. Hey, you might want to get more exposure to the medical industry, all of this stuff. So I got somebody analyzing my stocks. And then I might just say, you know what? I want to be 40% in growth stocks. I want to be more aggressive, right? Like, so it'd be like, oh, okay. But if that's your risk tolerance, then that's fine. But then you can start having an educated conversation with it. Whether you're like, oh, I don't understand this stuff. You can literally say, I don't understand the high level. I need you to talk to me like I'm a fifth grader. I need you to break this language down. You can give me the big, pretty word, but let's bring it down a notch. Let's bring it down a notch so I can engage it, so I can understand it, and it'll do all of that. Oh, okay, my bad. It'd be like, oh, my fault. I'm gonna start giving mine some personality to talk. But I think it's a really good opportunity for us to merge this technology into everything that we're doing, to use it. I love what Brother David said. It's like an instant way to add 40 to 50 points on your IQ in pretty much any subject. Like is really no limit to any of this. So I just want to encourage you as I get up out of here, right? We got about 5 more minutes, right? Told you grandma got something to do. She's like, y'all got to get up out of here now. I'm busy today. She said, I've been cooking all day. But yeah, you just got to make it. I want to give you a challenge, right? I want to challenge you to actually use AI in some capacity this week. And you might be saying, Freddie, I don't have the paid version. So what? Get the free version and just use that, right? I don't want you to have any excuses around engaging it. And I think it's important because your children are going to engage it. They're going to be influenced by it, exposed to it. You better educate yourself so that you can have some conversations with them about it. I was watching a video of this brother talking to his daughter, and he was asking his daughter, how did she use AI this week? She said, oh, I use AI to code something in my Roblox account today, this week. And like, if y'all ain't in the Roblox, the kids are. They probably been asking you for Robux. That's like part of the thing so that they can buy stuff. Well, this little girl was coding stuff and putting it into the Roblox world so that when your children come along, they would pay her to have access to the things she coded in AI to create. If your children are getting on Roblox and purchasing things, they can build things on Roblox as well, right? They know how to use it. It's just a matter of directing the energy. And creation is fun, particularly when you're just dropping prompts. This is crazy, y'all. This is definitely a different world. So my challenge to you is to use at least test one AI tool this week. Give me a 1 in the comments if you are in on that. Oh yeah, Jen. Oh, I see that. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed today. It's your first time. All right. But give me a 1 in the comments if you committed to giving it a shot. It's not gonna bite, right? I promise. You don't got to worry about getting it right. I remember last year we spent, I think I talk a lot about this, but I'm in a mastermind. Like last year, our AI experts, our AI coaches, like literally spent months trying to break it, right? Like trying to figure out what are the things that you can't do. And you really just can't keep firing prompts like back. Like at some point it'll like slow down or whatever. And that was months ago. I don't know. That might be solved already, right? So I don't even want to say that. But give it a shot. Again, it don't have to be ChatGPT. It can be any of the AI prompts and stuff. Shoot, inside of Facebook, they got AI inside of there. They got AI platform inside of WhatsApp, if you're on that platform, right? It's coming into everything. So I want you to challenge that. I want to challenge you there. For that, I want you to post on Sankofa Universe. So this is our social network. So I want you to go over there, make an account, and post on Sankofa Universe. What did you do? What was the outcome? How did it go? And the brother David and I was watching the video. He shared a video with me earlier about the Minister Farrakhan. You know how black folks get banned on social media accounts, right? Get our accounts wiped and snatched, and something went on with Dr. Umar. I don't know. Listen, I'm messy. I had to say it. But anyway, we got our own social network, right? So we try to start to build an engagement over there. So if we start to talk about things that somebody don't like, we don't lose access to our community and our people. This information is important. We got to start building out our own spaces to have these conversations unapologetically in a safe environment like you amongst your family, right? And I want you to share, right, with a friend and challenge a friend to use AI in some capacity as well. But I want to thank y'all for being here today and engaging with us at our Sunday dinner, right? Hopefully, you can leave. Grandma says she's feeling good. You can leave with a second plate. She's feeling all right. She's like, I'm gonna cut the things a little bit short. I want you to be able to leave with a plate. So hopefully you got some food for your belly. You got some nourishment for your spirit. You got some fire in your brain for how this AI can be used in your life, whether that's money generation, content generation, understanding, learning, growth. I put a lot of things on y'all today, right? Talking about the 508c1, right? Like that was nuts. Palantir, the VIX. There's a whole lot of conversations that we're having here today. And I'm excited to continue to do that. So hopefully you come back every Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We always have a good time. Pull up, as they say, knock on the virtual porch screen, the virtual screen door, and come on inside, have a good conversation with us. Although we won't be giving you soul food for the belly, we'll give you soulful conversation for the soul and for the community. So hopefully I'll see y'all on Tuesday at our legacy conversation. I'm excited about getting back to that, spreading that message. Ooh, and for our legacy members, Joel is back on the 1st. So we're going to continue to get down, build, and grow. But we're going to start, we're the ones we've been waiting for, right? We're the ones that are going to help ourselves build out these bulletproof families, financial situations, and even mental stability, right? We got to go into that a little bit deeper as well. So check your emails for the next week's discussion, but we always got something going on around here, Urban Intellectuals. Great discussion. Thank you, Elaine. Glad y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it today. I appreciate it. You being here. but you ain't got to go home. Grandma said, you got to get up out of here, and you better leave Freddie a piece of that sweet potato pie, or else we gonna have a problem now. Y'all don't want no mess. I'm grandma's favorite. So that's how I'm closing out from now on. From grandma's favorite. Grandma say everybody tell me grandma say they favorite. She lying to y'all. I'm actually her favorite. And but y'all are my favorite. So I appreciate you being here. I see you next week. I see you Tuesday if you're showing up for our discussion. But until then, love, peace, and power to the people, everybody. Good evening. Have a good night. Hey, Regina, I see you. That's our fault with the links and with the links and stuff like that in the email. So we apologize for that. We're going to get it right. We're going to get it right. But I streamed it to YouTube so you can catch the replay. I would say check out the replay. It's definitely some good conversation in there. And we always continue to build and grow. So y'all don't know, there's always all the replays, Sunday dinner replays are linked right here inside of our YouTube. And so you can always catch that. So next week, I'll make sure we get all these links and everything right, so you can get right into the show, right into the discussion, and we don't gotta keep trying to figure it out. Again, if you're a customer or if you're one of our members, we want to invite you to our Zoom discussions, right? So you can come on in the room, unclick, and be live in the discussion yourself. I definitely want to keep that going. So I appreciate y'all being here, good people. I'm about to go relax and enjoy my Sunday, get ready for a busy week ahead. So appreciate y'all again. Peace and blessings.